We have a packed house at R.A. Faganell Hall in the western suburbs of Chicago as we get set for game number 2 of our doubleheader between the Elmhurst College Blue Jays and the North Central College Cardinals. And as we near tip here at R.A. Faganell Hall, let's send it down to the court for tonight's starting lineups. Those are your starting lineups. Thanks for joining us here on Blue Jay TV. I'm Jason Doro. We appreciate you coming aboard for game number 2 of our double dip. If you weren't here for game number 1, Elmhurst defeated North Central in game number 1. That was the women's contest. The Blue Jays prevailing by a score of 77-55. Michaela Eppert had 24 points and 16 rebounds in the victory. Elmhurst is looking at a much tougher test here in game number 2 of the Twin Bill. The men's team for North Central is 12-4 on the year. They're 5-2 in CCIW play. They even received a vote in the national poll for Division III basketball. It's a very solid Cardinal squad that is on a 9-game winning streak, and they will provide a test today for the Elmhurst College Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are 10-6, 3-4 in CCIW play. They're 4-3 here at home, and they'll look to defend this house against the Cardinals. Ireland and Sorensen in the center. Sorensen wins the tip, and we're underway in Elmhurst. Chang, the point guard here for North Central. Raridan picks it up, the son of head coach Todd Raridan in his 14th season with the North Central College Cardinals. And we have a foul right out of the gate. It goes on Levon Thomas, the freshman forward for Elmhurst. Jumper off the inbounds pass from Erwin Henry, no good. And now the first possession of the game for Elmhurst. Thomas up top, open for 3, and he cashes it. The freshman forward connects from straight away. Cardinals will look for a response. Off the dribble, Raridan. On the block, it's Sorensen, a big body, doubled on the block. They swing it around. Raridan on the drive, and he hits. A nifty fadeaway jumper from the middle of the paint. Raridan averaging almost 13 points per game this year. He started every contest this season for North Central. Up top, Gardner, he'll try a 3 as well. No good, rebound to Raridan. Raridan is sophomore forward out of Plainfield. A ball fake, now he dishes near side. Henry floats it in for Sorensen on the block, who spins and kisses it off the glass. Sorensen last year was 4th in the CCIW in scoring with almost 18 points per game. This year he's averaging almost 20 per contest, and he has almost 10 rebounds per game as well, nearly averaging a double-double. He's bound to be a force inside in this one. Patton the three from the left wing, no good. Rebound from Raritan. Cardinals firing the basketball around the court. But some heads-up play from Jake Rohde to strip it away. Rohde, the Blue Jay point guard. Here's Thomas, another three, and he clangs it in. A hot start for Levon Thomas. He has all 6 of the Blue Jays' early points. Take another look. Rattles it home. Sorensen working from the elbow. Raritan, a 15-foot jumper, and it rolls in. Back and forth we go in the early going. Both these teams average above 80 points per game this season. It could be an offensive showcase today at R.A. Faganell Hall. On the drive, Gardner pushes off and then throws it up with the right off the glass. Gardner, a junior forward from Roseville, Minnesota, able to finish in the paint there. Elmhurst holds a 2-point edge. Raritan with a crossover, guarded by Thomas, in for Sorensen on the block. They double on the dribble. He bounces it off to Erwin Henry, and Henry finishes with the left. Henry's a senior guard out of Chicago, went to Whitney Young High School. Scores 13 points a game. There are guys all over the court who can score the basketball for North Central. This time the three for Thomas bangs off. Raritan, hesitation move. Throws it out, Henry deflected, but Henry gets it into the paint. Flings it out for Chang. Aiden Chang touching the basketball for maybe the first time today. Sorensen with a head fake, left-handed drive. 10 on the shot clock here for North Central. Sorensen, a head fake, again working on Thomas. Here comes the double. Sorensen bounces out. Near corner three. Connecting is Matt Capoletti. Capoletti shoots the three awfully well. 44% from deep entering this contest and averaging 8 points per game. Cardinals up by a tray. Here's Ireland on the block. Cardinals bring the double and they force the turnover. Actually, it's off a Cardinal foot, so we'll keep it on this end. Thomas dribbled it off the foot of Sorensen. Rohde, the trigger man. Into Gardner, now Thomas. Little hesitation. Hands it off for Ireland, but first a whistle. And the official says 2 shots are coming for Thomas, and Todd Raritan can't believe it. Let's take another look. Here's the pass to Thomas. Backs down Sorensen. He went up for the shot initially and then dished it off to Ireland. And now they're saying no free throws for Thomas. So Raritan was able to convince the official otherwise. The foul is still called on Connor Raritan. He picks up his first. And off the inbounds pass, Ryan Patton misses the three. Chang at point for North Central. Henry, far side. As Elmhurst prepares their first sub of the night. The 6'8" Sorensen gives it off to Capoletti, gets it right back. Capoletti with 7 on the shot clock. Henry has to hurry, forces a jumper and hits. Henry was off balance taking that shot from the left wing. Let's take another look here. Kind of leaning into it from 17 feet. Still able to swish it. 5-point lead for North Central. Ireland to Trey. Yes! Jeremy Ireland hits half of his three-pointers. Averages almost a double-double for these Blue Jays. Both these teams with a fair amount of threes in the early going. That's Elmhurst's third triple. That pass hits off the rim. It was Raritan trying to enter it to Sorensen. And they've been looking to Sorensen just constantly. The big guy on the block demands the basketball. Rohde with a crafty up and under move against the big man. Jake Rohde at the bucket to tie this game. Facing up is Sorensen. He'll pull from the baseline and hit. Sorensen buries the 15-footer. And sure enough, offensive fireworks here in the early going. Levon Thomas, near side Patton. Sees Gardner on the block. Gardner with a dribble, pass to Thomas, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, good. Thomas just can't miss here. He's got 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 2 of 3 from deep. We're tied up again as these teams trade blows. Sorensen, not much of an outside shooter. Here's Raridan, backs down his defender. Sorensen again faking the 3, then dribbling in, up with the left, rolls around on the rim and misses. And Sorensen was able to get inside here because Thomas jumped at the head fake. You see there, Sorensen got Thomas to throw an arm up and then beat him off the dribble. Sorensen shoots 26% from 3, so that will be something to watch today, is how John Baines, the head coach of the Blue Jays, has decided to defend Sorensen on the outside. Sorensen clangs in that free throw. He's made 2/3 of his shots at the stripe this season. As mentioned earlier, averages almost 20 points and almost 10 points per game. Several subs have entered for both sides here. Mike Pollock and Blaze Meredith in for North Central. Pavlos Marakis has entered for Elmhurst, along with Arthur Jackson, who plays point. Derek Dotlich in the game as well. He collects this pass underneath the bucket, has to back it out. Jackson fakes a pass, zips it over to the far side. Justin Fox, now Marakis. Jackson outside, 2 to shoot, stumbles, picked up by the Cardinals, and now there's a foul in the backcourt. As Raridan picked up the basketball, he was tripped by Jackson, who picks up his first foul of the contest. 3 fouls against Elmhurst in this half, just 1 against North Central. The Cardinals 12-4 on the year, 5-2 in CCIW play. They've only lost to the top teams in the conference. Illinois Wesleyan 6-1, Wheaton is 6-2. Then it's Augustana and North Central tied up in third at 5-2. Raridan made that layup to make it a 4-point contest. Elmhurst is just a little bit farther down in the CCIW standings. Carthage is 4-3, and then it's Elmhurst at 3-4. Milliken, Carroll, and North Park rounded out. They are all 1-6. Pass to the baseline. Little trouble here for the Blue Jays. Flipped back in bounds by Marakis. Again, the shot clock dwindling away. Jackson, hesitation, head fakes, and he traveled. He got his defender in the air. It was a very smart head fake, but then he lost his footing. Sorensen to the bench, and this will be a smaller lineup now for North Central, although the guy replacing Sorensen is Jack Bronick, who stands at 6'7", 225. Meredith up top. Henry, who started this game, fires it back to the middle. Henry gets it back. Outside Raridan. Henry pulling up from the left side. Misfires. The rebound collected by Bronick, but he will be issued a foul here. Bronick picks up his first, foul number 2 on the North Central team here. Both coaches barking out instructions to their respective teams. Todd Raridan in his 14th year at North Central. John Baines in his 5th season with Elmhurst. Justin Fox trying the tray. A little bit strong. Rebound brought down by Bronick. Meredith on the drive. Picks it up. Near side Henry. Good closeout by Dotlich. Now Dotlich has to defend the much bigger Bronick, who throws it off the glass with the hook, and John Baines will use a timeout. There's Bronick collecting himself on the block, and then a nice hook off the glass. That makes it 21-15, a 6-point lead for the North Central College Cardinals. About 9 minutes into this one. Thanks again for joining us here on Blue Jay TV. This is game number 2 of a doubleheader. The women's teams from Elmhurst and North Central did battle earlier today at R.A. Faganell Hall, and the Blue Jay women prevailed 77-55. Michaela Eppert had 24 points and 16 rebounds in the victory for the Blue Jays, who moved to 9-8 on the year. Back to this game, North Central is 12-4. Very stellar season, unsurprisingly, for the Cardinals, who went 18-11 last year. They're actually improving on that mark. Under Todd Raridan, they have 2 CCIW regular season titles, 4 CCIW tournament titles, and 5 trips to the NCAA tournament. Raridan has done a lot of great things for this North Central program. And on the other side, John Baines has performed well leading these Blue Jays. Last season, they went 22-7. It was the first time the Blue Jays have had back-to-back 21 years. They made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament. The 22 victories was also a school record. So 2 stellar coaches, 2 very solid teams squaring off today at R.A. Faganell Hall. We resume play. Gardner with the spin and then a fadeaway from 10 feet. Rolls around, won't drop. Rebound for Meredith. Collects this pass and shoots a 3. That one was in and out. The rebound bounces around and the Cardinals collect. Far side, Raridan, the son of head coach Todd Raridan. 3 from the corner, a little bit short. That was out of the hand of Aiden Chang. Full court pass up to Pablos Maracas, who finishes. Jake Rohde with the assist. Great vision from the freshman to find Maracas in transition. 4-point game now. Raridan picks it up, top of the key. Fadeaway jumper, Pollock, and he clangs it in. Pollock, a freshman guard from DeKalb, averaging just over 10 points per game, shoots it well, almost 50% from the floor and 48% from downtown. Gardner a head fake and now a pull up from 17. He misses. Rebound for Bronick, who is just cleaning glass here. 2 points, 2 boards for Bronick. Meredith far side. Now to the corner. Pollock tries a 3. Swish. We mentioned he shoots 48% from deep, and sure enough, nothing but net on that tray. North Central extends the lead to 9, forcing John Baines to use another TO. Last time Elmhurst led was 8-6. They started this game off hot. Credit LaVon Thomas, who has 8 points. He hit 2 threes right out the gate. The first 6 points for Elmhurst, but North Central has responded really well. And now they have their biggest lead of the contest at 26-17. This broadcast on Blue Jay TV is produced by Glenn Liljeberg, and our director is Dennis Bergen. Send a big thank you to both of them for sticking around all day, making sure that both this game and the women's game got on air from R.A. Faganell Hall. Little over halfway through the first half. Elmhurst and North Central squaring off in CCIW action. Here at home, Elmhurst is 4-3. 10-6 overall. North Central on the other side is 5-2 on the road. So even when they're not at Gregory Arena, they have performed well this year. Of course, to have a 12-4 mark, you have to be good on the road and in your home arena. Rohde picks it up. Dishes for Gardner, who feeds Ireland on the block. Back out Gardner. Drives. He's got space and throws it down. That's worth a replay. Gardner splitting the defenders and cramming. And that has ignited the crowd here in Elmhurst. A little 2-3 zone now for the Blue Jays. Let's see if it can stifle the Cardinals. 7 on the shot clock. Henry open on the cut, and he lays it in. That's how you beat the zone. Quick passing and cuts like that from, that was actually Blaze Meredith, not Henry, finishing at the basket. 9-point game again. Rohde, near side Gardner. He wants a three. Got it! Might be time to feed Lance Gardner. He's feeling it. 7 points for the junior. On the drive, Raritan, but first a whistle. And Gardner was definitely willing to give that foul up. Just grabbed the jersey with Connor Raritan on the drive. Justin Fox off to the bench. Ryan Patton has entered as Elmhurst has drawn within 6. Blue Jays led by Levon Thomas and Lance Gardner. 8 points for Thomas, 7 for Gardner here in the early going. And a quick whistle. Here's another look. Yeah, running through the screen on the far side was Derek Dotlich, who picks up that foul. 5 fouls now against Elmhurst. North Central nearing the bonus. Just 2 fouls against the Cardinals. Raritan driving on Ireland, picks it up. Out to Sorensen. 4 on the shot clock. Sorensen with a head fake. Just 2 to shoot. Running out of time. Hook shot. Too short. Offensive board. Put back good. Jeremy Ireland really did not want to pick up a foul, and he allowed Sorensen to get the offensive board and the easy bucket. Dotlich, long 3. Off rim, no good. Sorensen gets the rebound. Raritan off to Sorensen. Straightaway 3, yes. A line drive of a shot out of the hand of Alex Sorensen. Take another look. That thing barely got above the top of the square on the backboard. Nonetheless, it found bottoms. 33-22 the score as John Baines takes another timeout. And you can tell that John Baines really does not want this game to get out of hand. Having used 3 timeouts already in this contest, his team came out firing. As we go back to the replay, and it's a nice little shovel from Raritan. He knew that if he drove down the middle of the court, he'd free up Sorensen, the trailer, for that tray. 11 points now for Sorensen, who averages 19 and 9. He plays about 28 minutes a night. They don't need him on the court constantly because they have Jack Bronick off the bench, but Sorensen is a spectacular player. Second team D3Hoops.com All-Central Region selection last year. As a freshman, he was 5th in the CCIW in scoring, 3rd in rebounding, 1st in blocks. Now he's a senior for these Cardinals. Out of the timeout, Jeremy Ireland with a good move on the block and the finish. John Baines utilizing the timeout to his advantage. Sorensen with a handoff to the basket. It's Capoletti. He can't finish. Good defense by Ireland to jump straight up. Ryan Patton drives, gets the whistle. Can't finish on the little fadeaway on the opposite side of the hoop. He should be going to the stripe here for 2. Rather, they're saying it's on the ground. Foul number 1 on Aiden Chang. 3 against North Central in the half. Ireland with another chance to work on the block. This time against Sorensen. Left-handed hook, yes! Jeremy Ireland with 7 points. He's perfect from the floor. 3 of 3 on his field goal attempts. Elmhurst on a 4-0 run after the timeout from John Baines. Chang off a screen. Pull-up jumper, 17 feet, rolls in. Chang has 2 points after that jumper. They stop the short Elmhurst run. Patton flings it off to the corner. Dotlich, left-handed dribble. Jabs, fade away. No good. Only found back rim. It was Sorensen on the rebound. Near side Chang bounces it in for Henry. Cardinals content to slow up the offense and work in the half court. Raritan off a screen from Sorensen, picks it up. This time Sorensen won't take that straightaway three. Capoletti back to Sorensen. 8 for the Cardinals to shoot. It's Raritan. Throws himself into his defender and hits the fadeaway with the foul. John Baines, hands spread wide. Can't believe the call. It was Dotlich who picked up the foul, and watching the replay, there really isn't much there to call a defensive foul. Hard to say that was an offensive foul on Raritan, too. He didn't throw a heavy shoulder into Dotlich on the block, but definitely did not look like a defensive foul. Dotlich picks up his second, 6 against Elmhurst in the half, and Raritan hits the free throw as well. The son of head coach Todd Raritan has 9 points. He's perfect from not only the floor but the free throw line. Justin Fox, far side, off to Levon Thomas. Fox gets it right back, has some space to work to the bucket, and he throws it off the glass and in. Nice left-handed move from the freshman out of Emmington. Aiden Chang on the other end, blocked. Jake Rohde, the point guard, picks up the swat. Tight defense from the freshman, and Rohde says, not in my house. 10-point game. Raritan off the inbounds, pulls the baseline jumper and hits. 11 points now, and he's still perfect from the field. 5 of 5. Rohde hesitates, flips it up, misses the shot, gets his own rebound. He'll pull it out for Patton. Patton's long three. Hits front rim, no good. Sorensen, another rebound. Raritan with some fancy dribbling in transition. Hesitates to the baseline. Guarded tightly by Patton. Cross-court pass. Henry inside. Blocked, but also with a whistle. Ireland had the swat. And I presume the foul, too. Here's Ireland. Maybe came across the body of Henry a little bit. So Ireland picks up foul number 1. Foul number 7 against Elmhurst in the half. Free throw up from Henry. The horn sounding with the ball in Henry's hand. He's upset about that. And the officials will have to talk this one over. There is a Cardinal at the scorer's table waiting to enter. But they hadn't sounded the horn in time to get the sub in. So Henry still has 2 because they could get the sub in after free throw number 1. So with the horn sounding, that first attempt won't count, and Henry will hit what equates to free throw number 1. Blaze Meredith is the sub. He replaces Matt Capoletti. Capoletti has 3 points on 1 of 2 shooting. Henry at the stripe, shooting 78% there this year, averaging 13 points. And he buries the second as well. 14-point edge for North Central with 4 minutes and change left in our first half. Rohde with a nice crossover, gets it back. Patton in the corner for 3. Yes! Ryan Patton with 5 points now. 2 of 5 from the floor. Some pressure defense from Elmhurst now. Sorensen, another line drive 3. And he nails it. Sorensen has 14 points. He's only missed 1 shot this evening. 5 of 6 from the floor and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Rohde trying to score underneath the bucket. He was bumped, but no whistle. Here comes North Central. Raritan left open for 3. Misses short. Offensive rebound. Sorensen misses the putback. Gets another chance and makes it count. 16 points now for the senior out of Dunlap. He extends the North Central lead to 16. Thomas hesitates, and before he put the basketball down, he pulled his pivot foot. Here's another look, and sure enough, the freshman traveled. He heads to the bench. with Blue Jays down by 16. Aiden Chang, far side Meredith, drives, he's got space. Defended well at the end of that drive, and they force the missed shot from Meredith. Good job by the Blue Jays to help near the bucket. Maracas spins baseline and lays it in. The junior from Greece with a nifty move, getting to the rim and finishing. Chang turns it over. Rohde in transition, all the way to the bucket and in. Jake Rohde with pesky defense, and then the coast-to-coast finish. Here's a look at the lefty layup. 12-point game. The Blue Jays defending Henry 30 feet from the hoop, inside Raritan, fadeaway, off back rim, brought down by Ryan Patton. He snares it and will start the Blue Jay break. Rohde nearly put Meredith on skates there. Now a half-court setup for Elmhurst. And a nice finish by Ryan Patton, spinning between two defenders and then kissing it off the glass. Look at the scoop shot at the rim to draw within 10. 7 points for Ryan Patton. 4 different Blue Jays have 7 now. And why not one more replay? Good job by Patton, the sophomore from Rochester Hills, Michigan, protecting the basketball on that drive too. Driving into the trees and refusing to turn it over. So now it's Todd Raritan using the timeout. The winningest coach in program history at North Central College. Last year made the second round of the NCAA tournament. The team made a school record 210 three-point field goals. And Raritan has been named the CCIW Coach of the Year twice. He won it back-to-back in 2011 and 2012. So here we go, less than 2 minutes to play in the half. Elmhurst on a little 6-0 run. That pass to Sorensen will bring a whistle. It was Maracas reaching in, looking to deflect the pass. Here you see Chang working to his right, flinging it over to Sorensen. And Maracas got a hold of Sorensen. The 1-and-1, Sorensen misses the front end. A small break for the Blue Jays. Blaze Meredith awaits at the scorer's table as Rohde heaves a three and misses. It bounces out of bounds on the baseline and stays with Elmhurst. Good fight from Pavlos Maracas on the long rebound. Now Meredith enters, replacing Matt Capoletti. Blue Jays will have a fresh shot clock now, as the officials discuss something here with a little less than a minute and a half to play in half number 1. Elmhurst 4-3 at home. They're 3-4 in CCIW play. This would be a huge win against a team that got a vote in the Division III poll this week. Corner three from Ireland. He chucked that one too far. It rolls off Alex Sorensen, though. Again, we keep it on the Blue Jay end. Shot clock does not reset on the air ball. Rohde, the trigger man. Up to Ireland, who finishes on the alley-oop. Great balance in midair from the center. And a great touch at the rim, too. That's a tough shot to finish. So an 8-point game, near side three, off rim. Maracas brings down the rebound. Rohde pushing. Hesitates, gets some space to the bucket. Left-handed up and under move, good. Jake Rohde with some masterful play at the point guard position. 4 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. He has not turned it over. He's got 2 steals as well. And he has reinvigorated the crowd here at R.A. Faganell Hall as we near halftime. 6 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Elmhurst should get the ball before the break. Henry, near side Raridan, just 3 to shoot. Raridan, head fakes, pulls. I don't think he got it off. He didn't. Shot clock violation. The many fans here showing life and maybe breathing some life into the Blue Jay offense. The Blue Jays on a 10-0 run as we near the break. Pass into Dotlich. He's got 2 to shoot. Pulls from 30. Yes! Derek Dotlich buries it from straight away, a 30-footer. We'll definitely get another look before the break. Nothing but net, and he knew it. Dotlich's first points of the night pull Elmhurst within 3. We'll take a break for halftime. 47-44, Elmhurst trails North Central by just 3 here at R.A. Faganell Hall.
Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
I'm close to everything.
I need a great school at a great price.
I'm learning about myself and my role in the world.
I love a challenge.
I'm dreaming big.
But feel totally at home. I want an education with meaning.
I want to be a champion for others. I made connections for life.
I'm ready for the real world. Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
To reach my full potential.
Coming here as a Division III player, you're coming here to get your degree. We have some players that go on to be professional athletes. They've gone overseas, but that's not the norm. Our players are coming. They're finishing their playing careers here, and so whenever they're done, they're being prepared in something else other than just basketball. So for us, that's the student-athlete model. You come in, you're working hard. Our players put in as much time as a Division I player does, but it's because they want to be there. I know that from motivating our players, if they're coming to practice, I know that they're working hard because it's out of them, not just because we've got a dollar sign, they have to do it, this is how they have to stay in school. They don't have to be there. They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player, and there's something that's special about that experience to me, coaching that player.
Elmhurst College is much more than buildings, courses, and credits. It's a supportive community of individuals who are committed to helping you reach your full potential. But don't take my word for it.
I visited a lot of schools, but when I came here, it was just like, I'm home.
As soon as I walked on campus, I felt like I could dive right in and get involved.
Getting involved is easy, especially in class. The average class here has just 17 students.
Every faculty and staff here just wants me to succeed.
I can go up to them, and it's not just office hours. Like, I'm here from 10:30 to 11:30. It's actually like, whenever you need help, my door's open.
There's a real connection that takes place. I'm frequently asked, what do I teach? I never say music. I teach people. Music's the vehicle.
It was great to see that rather than just teaching textbook material, they're actually giving you some industry insight.
I'm a vocalist. I'm out in the clubs performing. I'm touring in Europe and performing. So they see how their life can transition into that.
A lot of my friends from other universities, they don't get to be a part of undergraduate research, professional development at such an early stage.
They're truly there to help you and to build you and to make sure that you are amazing.
And at Elmhurst, you can be amazing all around, including on the field. Football is just one of 20 Division III sports.
We went straight to the Final Four of the nation, and that was a great way to come in and start off the season.
They're there because they're motivated to, they want to be a good team, they want to be a good player.
Wrestling wasn't my life. I was able to go out and do a lot of different activities and get involved on campus.
We are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things.
How do you want to get involved? You'll have your choice at Elmhurst.
Our campus has over 100 clubs and organizations.
Whatever you want to do, there's something here for you to do.
Concert choir, the Wind Ensemble, gospel choir,
Habitat for Humanity, Global Poverty Club.
I'm an orientation student leader,
SGA, Best Buddies.
Greek life at Elmhurst College is really focused on leadership and discovering who you really are.
To be part of all these different organizations and get to know all these amazing people is why I love Elmhurst.
You can also get to know the world beyond the campus. Elmhurst offers study abroad opportunities in 44 countries.
I studied abroad in Granada,
Holland, Germany, El Salvador,
Israel and Palestine,
Costa Rica,
Czech Republic.
Back at home, you'll enjoy all the advantages of our great location. Downtown Elmhurst is just a short walk from campus, and the Metro train will take you to the world-class city of Chicago in just 30 minutes. When it comes to career preparation, we've got you covered. Elmhurst will connect you with the people and the experiences you need to reach your full potential.
Elmhurst allows you to grow into the knowing, and I appreciate that there's a journey that we encourage. It's not just in one program or one department, it's threaded throughout everything that we do.
Elmhurst College pushes you to truly find who you are as a person and as a professional.
They will make sure no matter what your interests are, what your career path is, that there's going to be a resource on campus that is going to help you find that potential and then reach it.
If I had to say why Elmhurst would be the best option for nursing education, I would say because you don't have to be big to be the best. We have all of the student services, we have all the educational services, the excellent curriculum and faculty, so we're not big, but we are the best. We have a state-of-the-art simulation center, and I have seen many sim centers across the nation, and this one is truly, truly remarkable.
The professors there encourage us to make mistakes because it is simulation, and they want us to learn from our mistakes.
Going to the sim lab that's actually in Elmhurst Memorial Hospital, it's really, really cool. The facility is amazing, it's brand new.
What the simulation center consists of are mannequins, but these aren't just mannequins like you've seen before where you do CPR. Our mannequins talk to you. Our mannequins birth babies. Our mannequins cry. If you don't do what you need to do as a nurse to our mannequins, they will die. So what we do is actually simulate experiences in real life that you will see as a nurse, and you get to make mistakes without hurting people.
At any school you can learn the skills, but I feel like at Elmhurst, the faculty and staff are encouraging us to do more.
They're always passionate about what they do, and I think that's very important. One of my professors said, you don't just want to be a good nurse, you want to be the best nurse.
We do have many partners in the community at Elmhurst College, and basically we have to. We rely on our community partners to provide that clinical education piece. So while we are there with our students, side by side, teaching them, we couldn't do it if we didn't have the clinical partners. I think our faculty are our gems here. When you come to Elmhurst for nursing education, you will receive your education from clinical specialists. You can be good as a clinician, but that doesn't make you a good educator. We need excellent educators to be able to translate that theory into practice for our nursing students.
I got on the floor, and after a few weeks working with my clinical instructor and working with my classmates and collaborating, it really has provided me with a safe space to, talk to my instructor, talk to my other peers, and really work together to build my confidence and competency as a future nurse.
I feel like they are preparing me well, and I have no doubt that in a short year and a half that I'll be ready to go out into the world and be a nurse helping patients.
Our students are working everywhere. We have students working in schools, hospitals, and in community health settings. So our students are really everywhere. We don't just teach, we change lives.
I
I love when people ask me, okay, what can I do now that I'm here? I'm in the honors program, being a part of Union Board,
Best Buddies,
Student Government,
Debate Club,
Relay for Life, the Research Keystone Program,
Greek Life,
Tri Beta,
Juggling Club,
Student Ambassadors.
Once you get here, there are plenty of things going on. Serving the community is such a huge part of being an Elmhurst College student.
Center for Professional Excellence has a whole department and team ready to help you get involved with community service.
I think one of my favorite ones would have to be when I joined Golden Crew. The organization itself focuses on pediatric cancer. We had like a whole scavenger hunt for them, and I dressed up as Batman and kind of helped lead them through the entire experience. And it was kind of really like a humbling thing.
Being able to plan homecoming the last 4 years, it was really honestly one of the best experiences I've had here.
I don't think I would have been this social or this confident if I wasn't part of the 10,000 things that I get the opportunity to be a part of every day.
The connections that you make on this campus, both in your academic classes as well as the different service organizations or just activities you get involved in, give you the opportunity to really get out there. Making those connections isn't something that's superficial. It's something that you get here as an experience. It's something that is going to carry on for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're coming here to get a degree, but your 4 years in college aren't just defined by that. It's by all the things that you're involved in and the people that you meet, and the way that you meet those people is by getting involved.
Definitely being on the cross country and track team, that has been really great. The athletic community as a whole is really inclusive and inviting, and then having that team, it's really family oriented. We usually have 20 girls on the team, and we're all brought together by our love for running, and our coach is really instrumental in that. But you get to know each other so well through practices, and you're going through all these really hard workouts together. So you're putting everything you've got out there, and you're all supporting each other. You get to know each other on a really personal level that you might not otherwise just by meeting these girls in class. So you get to know about their families and their classes and their goals for the season, and you really support each other. The Division III athlete is kind of the perfect balance of student athlete too. You still get your sport, and it's highly competitive, and we compete just as much as the D1 athletes do, but then we are allowed to be students, and we can be involved in a lot of other things. I know a lot of the girls on my team and myself are involved in a lot of other clubs and organizations, and I feel like at a D1 school you kind of are limited. You can only be on your sports team and then study too for your classes. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with that.
Originally, it was a breath of fresh air. I'm alone. What am I gonna do? What could I possibly do? What's ahead for me? And once I got on campus, I just excelled. I utilized all my resources coming here. It was a program called Direct Connect, which was a minority program to get students situated with the campus 2 weeks before school started. So I actually lived on campus 2 weeks before. I went to seminars, which actually helped us get acquainted to the long campus hours. The teachers that were in the seminars were actually going to be our teachers that were on campus. So we have something here called the first year seminar, which not only is supposed to promote growth within the freshmen, but also serve as a guidance or a type of direction for their first time here. And they were ecstatic. They helped me, they gravitated towards me, and I actually use them as a stepping stone even now in senior year. Growing up, I did not have that type of support. In high school, you think you can stay after class, but what will other students think? I think once I got here, it was more so what do I want? Just having a drive, a motivation to go forth and actually reach out for help or ask for help.
The teachers are extremely approachable.
The one-on-one interaction has really helped me find that passion.
I learned that no goal is too big.
They want you to network and then take risks, because that's how it's going to be in your practical life.
They want us to succeed just as much as we do.
More of a learning experience, I think, outside of the classroom.
Various opportunities to really dive into different viewpoints.
Elmhurst fosters that environment of openness and everyone contributing to the greater good.
Elmhurst really challenges you to keep an open mind.
I went to Jamaica for 2 weeks. I came back with a whole new perspective.
They will make sure no matter what your interests are, what your career path is, that there is going to be a resource on campus that is going to help you find that potential and then reach it.
Through research, I've been able to go to all these new places, and I've also been able to really broaden my perspective.
We go in the field as pre-service teachers sophomore year.
I've exceeded what I thought
thought at 18 years old walking on this campus that I could do.
Coming back to Elmhurst at my age has allowed me to see that, yes, I have the potential to do other things.
And it's helping me grow to be a better leader.
I feel like I've been more prepared than I have ever been before in my life.
I don't want to be a blank slate. I want there to be lots of dimensions to me.
I'm going to be able to do something that's going to matter in this world.
I want to be that voice for people that can't speak up for themselves.
Without this school, I don't think I would have gone after those motivations or those dreams.
The people around me and the resources the school has allowed me to reach my potential.
Definitely ready for the real world.
There's always a new experience like right around the corner. I didn't plan on running here, and then like right before school started, I emailed Coach Eric Guda. I sort of have been running this summer, and I've always been a runner. What if I joined the team? And he was like so excited about it, and he was just very welcoming about it. So the fact that I came into the school with like 17 other people that were runners and I had something to relate with, that was awesome. Since we're all D3 athletes, school comes first, athletes come second, but at the same time, we're playing that role 24/7. And it's really helpful that like I don't just have this cross-country family, I have all the athletes here on campus that I know I can like relate to in some way. There's so many opportunities here that, you know, help you push you in the right direction, and there's always someone to help you along the way and support you and be your friend and also be your professor and also be your coach and be your mentor, and there's just so many different roles that you can connect one-on-one with everyone.
Welcome back to R.A. Faganell Hall. Our halftime score, the Elmhurst College Blue Jays 44, the North Central College Cardinals 47. It's been a tightly contested matchup here in the western suburbs of Chicago. Thanks for joining us on Blue Jay TV. I'm Jason Doro. Our producer is Glenn Liljeberg, and our director bringing you all the commercials and cuts is Dennis Bergen. We're bound for a very good second half here, and we're going to go to replay real quick to check out what happened right before the break. Derek Dotlich got the basketball with about 4 seconds and change left in the half, and here we go. Look at Dotlich, the lefty, pulls up from 30 and cashes out. And that brought Elmhurst within 3 before halftime. To recap that first half real quickly, North Central led by as much as 16. They held a 47-31 lead. And then Elmhurst went on a 13-0 run. They're still on that 13-0 run thanks to the 3 from Dotlich. And they've closed within a tray. Pacing at North Central is Alex Sorensen with 16 points, 6 rebounds. Connor Raridan, the son of head coach Todd Raridan, had 11 points in that first half as well. So here we go, half number 2. Rhodey on the baseline, goes up for the shot and misses. Nice pocket pass out of the hand of Lance Gardner. Here's the replay. Gardner, a little English on the pass to Rhodey, who collects it and does a little balancing act in the air, drawing the foul. Rhodey has 4 points. His first free throw up and good. Rhodey is shooting 80% at the free throw line this season, averaging 15 points per game. He's just a freshman. He was on the Blue Jays team last year, but he played just 7 games before he suffered a season-ending injury. So this is technically his freshman year. He hits free throw number 2 as well, and it's a 1-point contest. Elmhurst's biggest lead in this game was 2 points. They led 8-6 real early in this game. Sorensen collects on the block, fires it out, now repositions himself, spins baseline, double teamed, 8 seconds for the Cardinals to shoot, and the pass out is intercepted by Ireland. Ireland to Rhodey, who will reset this Blue Jay offense. Ireland had 9 points in the first half, shooting 4 of 5 from the floor. They'll need him big time in half number 2. Ireland, bounce pass to Ryan Patton. Thomas working on Sorensen. Fakes, up with the right, and the floater goes! Levon Thomas got off to a very hot start with 8 points in the first couple minutes of this game. That's his first bucket since. He's now got 10 points, and Elmhurst holds a 1-point edge. Sorensen spins, Right-handed up and under shot good. 18 points for the senior. He was first team all CCIW last year. He's showing exactly why. He averages almost 20 points and 10 rebounds a game. Shoots an amazing clip from the floor, 65% on the year. Patton the three. Good! Ryan Patton with 10 points. 4 of 7 from the floor and 2 of 5 from deep. Elmhurst leads again by a deuce. This is Erwin Henry, guarded by Ireland. Down to Connor Raridan. Gardner on him. He hits the deck, and there's a whistle against Raridan. The charging foul will be Raridan's second foul of the game. Here he is on the baseline. Throws the shoulder into Gardner. Great job by the junior to draw the foul. 2 fouls against North Central in the half now. Elmhurst hasn't picked one up in this period. Thomas with space on the right wing. He has hit a couple of threes in this contest. He's 2 of 3 from downtown. Rhodey picks up his dribble, off to Thomas, who spins. Right-handed fadeaway shot, too short, batted around underneath the bucket and picked up by Raridan. He'll trigger the Cardinal offense. Inside, then back out for Capoletti. Sorensen on the block, puts it down, left-handed hook, back rim, no good. Tap to the baseline and out of bounds, and Ireland slams the basketball. He really wasn't happy with himself and how he tapped that ball out of bounds. Cardinal ball with a fresh shot clock. North Central, definitely a solid team offensively, averaging 82 points per game. They give up just 68 per contest. Chang's three rattles off. Good job by Patton to go up and snare that rebound. Rhodey works off a screen from Thomas, flips it off to Thomas, who goes up with the right and misses. Looked like Thomas forced that shot when he had outside shooters available. Sorensen, double from Rhodey. Rhodey strips him. Numbers for Elmhurst, 3-on-3. Rhodey steps into a three, misses it. Offensive rebound, Ireland. And he's fouled underneath the hoop. Here's another look. Rhodey really had momentum going into that three, and that might be why he shot it a little bit long. The foul is on the ground against Matt Capoletti. He picks up his first. It's the third against North Central in the half. Inbound pass directly to Ireland, who flips it right back off for Rhodey. He feeds it in for the big center. Spins baseline, right-handed hook shot, and you just can't defend it. 11 points for the junior. He's been unstoppable on the block. Raridan picks it up out to Henry. Sorensen comes to set Raridan a screen. Raridan with space, his three finds Twine. It's Raridan and Sorensen for North Central. They say that Raridan had his foot on the line, so it's actually just a 2, 13 points for him in the contest. Rhodey floats it in. Here's Ireland, and this time they whistle him for a charge. He can't believe it. And from this angle, it's going to be hard to see on replay. We definitely want another look. Here he is with the back down, and oh, that's not much. Ireland picks up foul number 2. It's foul number 1 against Elmhurst in the half. Raridan behind the back dribble, wants a three this time, clangs off. Rebound for Jake Rhodey, the Blue Jay point guard. Patton, a head fake, a baseline dribble, a spin, and then he pulls it back out. Levon Thomas skips it back to Rhodey, who triggers the offense. Dribbles inside, out to Ireland on the drive, rips through, left-handed shot, no good. Rebound for Raridan. He is everywhere this evening for North Central. Capoletti in transition has to pick it up and chuck it back out. Capoletti, baseline drive, second defender comes, and Capoletti can't finish. Good help defense from Jake Rohde. Rohde steps into another three. Bang! And Jake Rohde has brought R.A. Faganell Hall to its feet as Todd Raridan calls timeout. Rohde has 9 points, and that's the least of his contributions tonight. Here it is again, Rohde stepping into the triple and burying it. A 5-point edge for the Elmhurst Blue Jays, leading the North Central College Cardinals, who are 12-4 this season, 5-2 in CCIW play. On paper, some people would probably say have the edge against the Blue Jays in this contest, but Elmhurst has played extremely well. 11 points from Ireland, 3 rebounds as well. And you have to look at the field goal percentage for Elmhurst here. 56% from the floor. They are being extremely efficient on the offensive end. As we were previewing this game, we said offensive fireworks are coming today. These aren't defensive stalwarts. Both these teams are going to score the basketball at will, and that's been the case. 44% from deep for Elmhurst, too. 10 points for Patton, 10 points for Thomas, 9 for Rohde, 7 for Gardner, and then a few points here and there for Pavlos, Marakis, Justin Fox, and Derek Dotlich. On the other side, North Central is playing great basketball offensively, too. 55% from the floor, 36% from deep. They are 4 of 11 on their trays, 5 of 6 at the free throw line. It's been clean basketball, too. 6 turnovers committed by North Central, 4 by Elmhurst. Both these teams are keeping possession, not playing sloppy basketball, really valuing the basketball and putting it in the hoop at will. So we resume play. Elmhurst on a 25-4 run. North Central led 47-31 in the first half of this game. Sorensen. Rohde flashes to show a potential double, then steps away. Raridan working off a Sorensen screen. In and out dribble. Defended by Marakis. Henry far side. 2 to shoot for North Central. A head fake. Jumper from Chang. It spins out. Marakis the rebound. Rohde wants another 3. Good! The man is on fire right now. A dozen for the freshman. They call it a 2. His foot was on the line. Not many guys can step into shots like that. Rohde with the strip. He has another chance. Boy, is he feeling it. Misses that one off back rim. And that's the biggest heat check you'll ever see. 7-point edge for Elmhurst. Rohde with another steal. He's on the deck. He's got the basketball, and it's tied up. None of these Cardinals have any idea where Jake Rohde is on the defensive end. John Baines has given him free rein to wreak havoc on whoever has the basketball for North Central, and he will get a much-deserved breather here. Rohde to the bench along with Ireland and Gardner. And Elmhurst will need to fight through this spell without those 3 on the floor. A 7-point edge for the Blue Jays. Here's Pollock, picks it up. 8 for North Central to shoot. Pass to the cutting Meredith, who misses on the left-handed hook. Thomas had the rebound. This is Arthur Jackson playing point. Shovels it off to Justin Fox. They swing it around far side for Dotlich. Marakis at the elbow. Hands off Dotlich. He's left-handed, goes up with the right, sent away. Picked up by Marakis, who misses the putback. Loose ball. Thomas finishes. 9-point lead for Elmhurst. Bodies on the floor in transition. Here's Henry. Now out to Meredith, and maybe everyone here can take a breath for a moment as the Cardinals settle in the half court. Raridan backs down his defender, picks it up. Out to Henry. A head fake, and now a 3 on the way. Swishes it. Henry has 9 points. None bigger than those three. A 6-point contest. Maracas back to Jackson, inside Thomas. He's got a dozen. Out to Jackson. He's left all alone for 3. Rims off. Jackson missed a hair right. Henry guns it far side. Gets it right back in the corner. They back off him. And now he feeds Raridan on the block. Working on Fox, double teamed out to Henry. A head fake, left-handed drive to the bucket. High off the glass and good. Henry with the kiss. 5 straight points for him and the Cardinals. Thomas triggers a 3. Yes! Levon Thomas has 3 threes. He's 6 of 9 from the floor, and he leads the Blue Jays with 15 points this evening. Raridan working from the baseline on Fox. Here comes the double team. Jackson leaves him for Chang. Right back to Raridan. Fires it out for Henry. Left-handed drive, but first a whistle and a foul on that drive against Levon Thomas. The head fake has worked against Thomas today. Henry utilizing it there to get past the freshman. Maracas to the bench as well as Jackson. Ireland a late sub here. Jake Rohde got back in the game too. Thomas to the bench. The 5 for Elmhurst are Fox, Rohde, Ireland, Gardner, and Dotlich. Raridan with 13 points. Spins, floats it up, misses the shot. Gardner reeled in the rebound. Fox will slow it up. You can see the energy in the Elmhurst student section, and on the Elmhurst bench, they're on their feet for the Blue Jay possession. 3 on the way. Got it! Lance Gardner with the dribble. The Blue Jays are connecting on almost everything from deep. They're 10 of 22 on threes, and they forced Todd Raridan to call timeout again. Let's run it back one more time. Dotlich brings in Raridan just enough where he can't close out on Lance Gardner in time to have a hand up on that three-pointer. Gardner has 10 points on 4 of 7 shooting. 5 different Blue Jays are in double figures now. Rohde with 11, Patton with 10, Gardner with 10, Thomas with 15, and Ireland with 11. It's been a full team effort here. And the Blue Jays have to feel good about where they are right now. Almost halfway through half number 2. Thanks again for joining us here on Blue Jay TV. I'm Jason Doro. The producer is Glenn Liljeberg, and our director is Dennis Bergen. And what has been a full day of hoops at R.A. Faganell Hall has led to a 10-point edge for the Elmhurst Blue Jays against the North Central College Cardinals. In the first game of our doubleheader today, the women's team for Elmhurst defeated North Central 77-55. Michaela Eppard filled up the stat sheet with 24 points and 16 rebounds in that victory. And now the men's team, who is 10-6 on the year. They're 3-4 in CCIW play. They're right in the thick of it, really, in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. Sitting at 6th place, they could really use a victory. And on the other side, North Central is sitting pretty at 5-2 in CCIW action and 12-4 overall. This is a stellar team that the Blue Jays have welcomed to R.A. Faganell Hall today. That pass from Sorensen slipped away, but luckily for him, Raridan picked it up. Raridan will drive on the left and pick it up on the block. Gives it off to Capoletti, who misses the shot inside. They did call a foul, though, on the Blue Jays. There's the double on the drive, then the dish for Capoletti, who has had a rather quiet evening. 3 points for him on 1 of 3 shooting, 2 rebounds. He's a great shooter, though. Almost 85% at the free throw line. And you see the nice arc, the rotation on that free throw. Averages about 8 points per game. Capoletti's a sophomore out of Romeoville. Ranked third in the CCIW in offensive rebounds with 4.6 per game last year. He hits free throw number 2 as well, which makes it an 8-point game. Elmhurst was on a 35-6 run until those 2 free throws. Money, there's the 3 from Ireland. The Blue Jays are seeing dead red from the outside. They lead by 11. Blaze Meredith, the response. Meredith has 5 points now. Rhodey just demanding the basketball. He has been in charge of this Elmhurst offense today, and I'm sure he wants to keep it that way. High arcing 3, switch! A man in his face, and he will not be deterred. Rhodey has 14. Up and under, Henry misses. Lost the basketball at the rim. The Blue Jays refuse to give North Central anything inside. John Baines on his feet on the Elmhurst bench. Here's Rhodey to the bucket. Scoop shot high off the glass, rolls around and drops. North Central has to put a body on the freshman soon. He is elusive and he is on fire. On the drive, Meredith misses. Rebound for Dotlich. A 13-point lead for the Blue Jays. Dotlich, left-handed drive. Off to Ireland, up and under, yes! Timeout, North Central. What a run from the Blue Jays. It's now a 45-14 run. One more look. Dotlich with the dish. Ireland with the finish. And you can see it in the body language of these Blue Jay players that they are feeling it today. This game was once 47-31. North Central led. The Blue Jays since are on a 45-14 run. Mark that down. One more look. Good balance. Good touch from Ireland. We talk about the way that both Ireland and Rhodey have used the glass tonight. Rhodey especially, when he gets around the rim, he knows how to spin the basketball. He knows how to put the little English on it in order for it to find twine. We resume play. Henry, between the legs dribble. Senior passes it off to the left side. Inside for Sorensen, who floats it up with the right-handed hook and drops it in. 20 points for Alex Sorensen. This North Central team has gone as far as Alex Sorensen has gone today. Ireland with the pull-up jumper right side. Misses short, and there's a whistle on the rebound. As I was saying, this North Central team has really been determined by Alex Sorensen's play. 16 points in the first half, 6 rebounds. Thus, they were leading by 16 at the half. Since then, 4 points. He hasn't pulled down a board. Now you can say Elmhurst has hit almost every shot they've taken in this second half. But still, a 13-point lead here for the Blue Jays. The foul on the other end was against Justin Fox, his first. Head fake and then a pass out from Raridan. Sorensen on the drive, and he is called for the charge. It's Lance Gardner in position again. Sorensen had a step on his defender, but Lance Gardner, the heady secondary defender, gets into the paint and draws the charge. 4 fouls to each side. That is the first against Sorensen in this ballgame. Very few men are in foul trouble in this contest. Here's Rohde. He jumped into the air and then delivered it to Thomas, who didn't think the basketball was coming. He definitely thought that would be a shot, and he lost it out of bounds. Getting back to foul trouble, Levon Thomas has 3. Dotlich has 3. No one else has more than 2. Raridan flashes into the paint, loses the rock, but he was fouled. And Raridan is just walking to the stripe saying that he was shooting, but it definitely looks like he got fouled before the shot. Todd Raridan is pleading his case from the sideline. Instead of shooting free throws, his son goes to the baseline to pass it in. 13-point game. Lance Gardner has trotted off to the bench. 3 on the way. No good. Long rebound. Reeled in by Ireland. It was Pollock trying the 3 from the right wing. 6.5 to play at R.A. Faganell Hall. Rohde with the spin, a little in and out dribble. Double near the Blue Jay bench. Cross-court pass for Fox, who drives in. Went up with the shot, but he's called for the charge. And from this vantage point, it looked like a good call. Here's the drive. Jumps into the defender. And that's number 2 on Fox. As long as the defender had his feet outside that blue arc, it should be good. 6 fouls against Elmhurst, 4 against North Central in this half. Flashing to the corner is Pollock. His 3, pure. You don't get many shots that look better than that. Great rotation, and the rim and the net barely move. Pollock now has 8 points. Here's Thomas on the block. Then Fox, who zips it over to Rohde. Rohde will work off a screen from Ireland with 10 to shoot. He heaves it to the corner for Fox, who passes to Thomas, pulls up, middle of the paint. Put back from Ireland, good, and the foul. Jeremy Ireland is playing with his hair on fire. And look at that put back with one hand. Made it look easy. Drew the foul, too, on Connor Raridan. That is Raridan's 3rd foul, which could be trouble for North Central. Ireland's free throw on the way, also good. Ireland has 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and he's shooting 70% from the floor. And now we get another timeout. This one is called by John Baines, though, and the Elmhurst Blue Jays. I'm sure at this point he's saying, guys, 13-point edge, time to play smart basketball. One more look at the replay here. Thomas missed the jumper, and Raridan just bumped into Ireland as he flicked the basketball back in the bucket. So 13-point game. John Baines in his 5th year at Elmhurst calls timeout here. Looking to move his Blue Jays to 11-6 on the year and get back to 500. Currently 3-4 in CCIW play. On the other side, North Central 12-4 on this year. 5-2 in conference action. We resume play with Aiden Chang at the point. Kicks over to Sorensen, who will bounce it out for Henry. Henry, left-handed dribble to the bucket. Tough angle, and he finishes. Here you see Henry with the left-handed dribble, and then that really is a tough angle to finish from, especially off the glass. Cross-court pass for Patton to the baseline for Ireland. Another cross-court pass, Fox. Rohde with a head fake, dribbles in, picks it up, back out to Patton. 8 for the Blue Jays to shoot. Ireland left open for 3. Rolls in! Ireland tapping his hands, saying, I can't miss right now. 19 points for the junior. Elmhurst is 13 of 25 on their three-point attempts. Pass inside for Raritan, but first a whistle. And it appears to be on Ryan Patton, who hit the deck, trying to defend the entry. Here's your replay. Oh, wow. That really could have been a foul against North Central. Raritan's elbow went up into the face of Patton. Instead, Patton picks up the foul, his first. North Central is now in the bonus. A 1-and-1 for Connor Raritan. First one on the way, and it finds nothing but net. Raritan is a sophomore out of Plainfield. As you take one more look at that replay and try to determine for yourself who you thought the foul was on. Raritan went to Neuqua Valley High School, started 7 games last year before suffering a season-ending injury. He was averaging 17 points per game last year, as well as 7 rebounds and 6 assists. This year he has similar numbers. And he hit free throw number 2 there to draw North Central within a dozen. Expect some long possessions here from the Blue Jays as they try to milk the clock. Rhodey playing point, fires it inside. Thomas on the block, has to chuck it back out for his point guard. 5 for the Blue Jays to shoot. Rhodey splits the defenders up with the left hand. He missed the shot, but there was a charge called. John Baines irate on the bench. That was a last-second slide from the defender to get in place to draw the charge. One more replay here. And you see the defender sliding over, shuffling the feet. He had position, but he kept shuffling the feet, which definitely should have made that a tough decision for the official. Big thank you to our director, Dennis Bergen, for providing all the replays here and keeping you attuned to all the action at R.A. Faganell Hall today. Raritan has picked it up near half court. He gets rid of it. This is Pollock, now Sorensen, guarded tightly. Bounce pass inside Henry, but first a whistle. And this should be more free throws for North Central. Take a look at the replay. Bounce pass inside, and Henry draws the foul. The foul is on Ryan Patton, his second. 9 now against Elmhurst. The 1-and-1. The free throw clangs off. Lance Gardner snared the rebound. Rhodey leading this patient Elmhurst offense up by a dozen. The Blue Jays went on a 45-14 run spanning the first and second halves. Patton picks it up, bounces it off for Thomas. Cross-court pass, Gardner, who lines up a 3, rattles off. Rebound by Sorensen. It was tapped away for a second. Luckily for him, it went right to Connor Raritan. Sorensen on the block. He's got 20 points today. Spins baseline, up and under, layup, easy deuce. 22 points for the senior. He's got 6 rebounds. And boy, did he make this look easy. Less than 3 minutes to play now. Elmhurst eyeing a mild upset at home. Rhodey, right-handed dribble, double team. Dishes it far side for Ireland. His 3 on the way, won't go. Rebound for Raritan. North Central will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Here comes the double. Sorensen smartly passes out of it, but Chang is blocked at the rim. Ireland there for the swat. And John Baines calls timeout. One more replay here. Sorensen on the block. Rhodey brings the double team. Smart job by Aiden Cheng to cut to the hoop. The thing is, he had to make one more pass. There was one backside defender. That was Jeremy Ireland. He went up for the block, left his man. And Chang put it up, allowing Ireland to swat it away. So 10-point game here, 2 minutes and change to play. To recap today's action, it's really been a game of 2 big runs. North Central maybe didn't dominate the first half, but they played really well in the first 15 minutes. They led 47-31. And then Elmhurst responded with a 45-14 run, which put them out in front. They've led by as much as 15. The score was 76-61 at one point. And the Blue Jays are still clinging to that 10-point edge. Both these teams have played outstandingly offensively. 55% from the floor for North Central, 55% from the floor for Elmhurst. They're about even there. Blue Jays shooting a slightly better clip from deep, 48%. They've also chucked up a lot more threes. 27 triples for Elmhurst today. They've made 13 of them. North Central has shot about half as many. They've made 7 of their 15 trays. And both these teams stellar at the stripe, too. North Central 9 of 11 on free throws, while Elmhurst is a perfect 3 of 3. 5 different Blue Jays in double figures as we resume play. 3 Cardinals are in double figures. Sorensen with 22, Henry with 13, Raridan with 15. A quick foul there right out of the timeout. It goes against Blaze Meredith. That's 6 now against North Central. So the rest of the way, Elmhurst will shoot free throws with fouls, but they'll be in the 1-and-1 to start. Meredith off to the bench, replaced by Aiden Chang. Rhodey hands off for Gardner. Guarded by Henry at the point. Gardner flips it off for Rhodey. Double teamed at half court. He gets out of the trap to Thomas. Drives inside, floats it up with the right. It won't go. Ball on the ground and picked up by the Cardinals. It was Raridan who snagged it. He gets the ball at the top of the key and lines up a 3. Air ball. Offensive board for the Cardinals. Capoletti missed the putback, and now there's a whistle and a foul. And the fans will let Raridan know about that last shot. The foul is on Alex Sorensen, his second. He's played one heck of a basketball game. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He has turned it over 5 times, though. Many of those turnovers created by Jake Rhodey, who John Baines has tabbed to really just raise havoc here. Doubling Sorensen or anyone on the block in order to force turnovers. Thomas is the man at the stripe. His first free throw on the way and finds nothing but net. Thomas shoots just over 50% at the free throw line this season. A very clutch hit there. He has 16 points tonight, 4 rebounds, and he's 6 of 11 from the floor, as well as 3 of 4 on 3-point attempts. Free throw number 2, also good. Elmhurst narrowing in on a sweep of North Central. The Blue Jay women won 77-55 earlier today, moving to 9-8 on the year. Blaze Meredith open for 3 on the right wing, and he connects. That's a huge shot for the Cardinals, and Todd Raridan takes the opportunity to call timeout. Meredith has 8 points now. 2 of 3 from deep, and North Central really needed that bucket. 84-75 the score now. The starters have contributed almost all the points here today. Both these teams have star players who have showed out this afternoon at R.A. Faganell Hall. But the offense has been spread out on both sides. Elmhurst with 5 guys in double figures. Ireland has 19. Thomas has 17. Rhodey has 16. Gardner with 13, and then Patton with 10. We haven't seen a whole lot of Ryan Patton in the second half, but there are also a ton of Blue Jays who have hit multiple three-pointers today. In fact, 6 of them have at least 2 threes, and both Gardner and Thomas have 3 threes this afternoon. The fact that they have been hitting such a great clip on those 3-point attempts, that's a huge reason why Elmhurst is up by 9 right now. On the other side, North Central really hasn't seen a whole lot outside Sorensen, Henry, and Raridan. Those three have contributed a total of 50 points. Sorensen leading the way with 22. But then Pollock has 8, Meredith has 8. There aren't a whole lot of other points to be found. So 84-75. We get set to resume play with exactly 90 seconds to play. Ryan Patton, the trigger man, as North Central sets up their full court press. Long pass into Ireland. He flips it over to Gardner on the far side, but there was a whistle first. The foul is on Blaze Meredith. It's foul number 7 against North Central. And although Ireland is a 6'7" center, he shoots 79% at the free throw line. Averages 16 points and almost 10 rebounds per game. And he has been instrumental in Elmhurst winning ways today. 19 points for him, 6 boards, 2 assists, 8 of 12 from the floor. Justin Fox has entered here. Ireland spins it and tosses it up good. A double-digit lead again for the Blue Jays. Next shot on the way, also finds Swine. 21 points for Ireland. He has gone toe-to-toe with Alex Sorensen today and matched everything that the top Cardinal has brought. Henry with a baseline drive, gets some space, floats it up and misses the shot. He did draw a foul in the process and head to the stripe. The blow by from Henry. And he had to watch it bounce around on the rim before falling harmlessly off. Henry shoots 78% at the line. First free throw, gets the roll. Matt Capoletti enters, replacing Mike Pollock. Henry has 14 points today on 5 of 7 shooting, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Next free throw up, very high arc, and it drops through. 9-point game again. Both these teams in the bonus. Elmhurst not quite in the double bonus yet, though. Brody trying to break the press, and he draws a foul right away, again against Blaze Meredith. Brody is a one-man press break, and he's showing it off there. You see his head jerk back as he bumps into Meredith. It's foul number 3 against Meredith, the freshman guard from Naperville. Stayed close to home to play for North Central. Again, a 1-and-1 for the Blue Jays. Brody shoots 80% at the stripe. And that one's pure. Brody with 17 points now. 4 assists for the point guard out of Chicago Heights. And he connects on number 2 as well. North Central will roll it in, trying to save as much time as they can here. Down by 11. Raridan with a crossover against Ireland. Runs over his defender. They call the charge. Raridan picks up another foul. That should be his 4th. He'll stay on the floor with just 68 seconds remaining, and Elmhurst up by almost a dozen. Inbound pass to Ireland, doubled in the backcourt. Gets it right back to Ryan Patton, the trigger man, who gives it off to his point guard, Jake Rohde. Bounce pass cross court to Patton. A man really should have been there for North Central. That is a breakdown in their full court pressure. That pass right there, where's the man for North Central? Half the team dropped back into the half court when they had a prime opportunity at a turnover. So Ryan Patton at the stripe, now shooting 2. First free throw up and good. Patton shoots 68% at the line and averages almost 10 points per game. Derek Dotlich to the bench as Patton prepares for free throw number 2. On the way, rattles off. Capoletti the board, and North Central needs to push. Here comes Chang. Bounces for Pollock, works off the screen, fadeaway three, up, too short. Long rebound to the corner, and it trickles out of bounds. The ball back to the Blue Jays. Dotlich returns for Elmhurst as John Baines continues to play offense-defense with Dotlich and Fox. Fox takes a seat at the end of the bench, or not the end of the bench, the spot nearest to the scorer's table because he knows he'll be back in soon. Entry pass for Rhodey, triple team, heaves it up full court for Gardner. He goes up for the slam. With punctuation, Elmhurst goes up by 14. Meredith misses and he hits the deck. The officials blow the whistle as they'll need to check on Blaze Meredith. Long pass from Rhodey. Again, the vision, the head up, even though he was triple teamed. And Lance Gardner with the elevation. Gardner now has 15 points. And that's one of those plays where when you look at the scorebook after this one, you're not going to find that Jake Rhodey had his head up 85 feet from the hoop and found a cutting Gardner to essentially cap this game. One more look. The one-handed jam for Gardner. Luckily, it looks like Blaze Meredith is just fine. He's able to walk off the court under his own power and now is being attended to by the trainer on the far side. Jeremy Ireland gets a very happy reception on the bench. Ryan Patton across the timeline up to Dotlich, who does a little balancing act on the baseline. Rhodey gets it near half court with less than 20 seconds to play. The final seconds winding away here at R.A. Faganell Hall. The Blue Jays do have to put it up one more time. Rhodey with a crossover. Lefty scoop, no good. Didn't hit the rim, so it's a shot clock violation. But this one is all but over. One more chance for this crowd to rise to its feet and applaud these Blue Jays. One final heave for North Central, and that will do it. A 12-4 North Central College team comes into R.A. Faganell Hall, and they're run away by the Elmhurst College Blue Jays by a score of 91-77. One more quick look at the stat sheet. Jeremy Ireland with 21 points to lead the Blue Jays, 6 rebounds as well. Rhodey had 18, really played phenomenally all around. Patton had 11, Gardner with 15, a dunk at the end to finish the contest, and Thomas had 17. The Blue Jays shoot 48% from the floor in the victory. And that will about do it for us today. Again, our producer is Glenn Wilgeberg. Our director is Dennis Bergen. A big thank you to both of them for bringing you today's doubleheader from R.A. Faganell Hall. Signing off in Elmhurst, I'm Jason Doro. Again, your final score, Elmhurst 91, North Central 77. The Blue Jays move to 11-6 on the season.